mentioned that when the girlfriend discussed with the landlord, because some of these things are actually can be very advantageous to our own to our own side, and we can learn a lot from them.
Mm-hmm.
And I've noticed that for a lot of those that are dating the black folks, they've been exposed to the outside world. A lot of them probably have seen a lot of American entertainment or the British entertainment industry, and they've seen that black people are just as human as they are, or maybe they've traveled out of Estonia. But when you notice those that are close-minded are usually those that have not left the shores of Estonia, or do not want to have anything to do with anyone, maybe because of how conservative their upbringing has always been, or something like that. So,
and what the media fed them also about the Africans, blacks also. So
I remember telling one at the time that I took your most expensive Lufthansa flight to come to this country. Or you think I climbed trees or swam through oceans to come here? I pay taxes, and your government knows that I pay them. So, if you have any problem, go to your government. Not me. Don't come to me. I'm not your problem.
So, do you think, now you've talked about dating when it comes to dating the Estonians living here. So now I would want to hear your take on this topic when it comes to we dating our people in the African community.
Okay. Yeah.
Because for me, I have a lot to say. I have experience, and it's the worst. Like.
Yeah, I get it. Actually, there is this thing about our African ladies, right? As the dudes here, we shoulder a lot of body, right? For the men folks, I think a lot of the men folks will understand what I'm trying to say here, because we are not just responsible for ourselves.
Yeah.
We're responsible. There is something called black tax. Let's try and remember that one.
Black tax.
And it's not. I know it's not limited to the men alone.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but for men, it has been imbibed in our subconscious. All right, from cradle, that you need to man up.
Yeah.
You need to toughen up. You need to do
hustle.
this. You need to hustle. You need to take care. You are the one that will take care of a woman. But coming to this side of the world, you realize that there is a much more to life than what I've been told all my life. So your perspective begins to change. But then, when you now come to this side of the world and you now find out, one lady is now telling you that, because we're dating now, or maybe we have something in common, we will be living together. Alright? And as such, you'll be the one paying the bills. Why am I your girlfriend? Why am I? You have to be the one to pay the bills.
Without bringing anything to the table.
But then, if you ask me, who naturally should pay when you go on dates, right? I will tell you, it's the person that initiated the date in the first place. No.
I was going to ask that question, but you've answered that question.
Like, you initiated the dates. Let's go on the date. If the girl is the one asking, let's go on the date, pay for the dates. I beg you. What is my problem? How is it my issue? Pay. But if it's the guy that initiated the dates, let him man up and pay.
Okay.
He's the one that is. It's mutual understanding. Mm-hmm. But I beg, make some of these ladies make their take it easy for guys. So more drop English here small. We are all here for almost the same single purpose, right? It's not like I'm trying to make it look like other people are bad, but yeah. How many percentage of black folks, especially maybe Nigerian or Cameroons that are here, that actually come here to study and do not finish? Very few. A lot of our folks that come here to study, even though we all know hustle is a part of the game, right? You need to hustle to survive. But education is as important to us also. So we need to pay bills for school, not especially my kind school, minor, where the school fees is about, it's cutting your brain off. So imagine me thinking about paying bills, and yet they're not making it look like dating you is adding more baggage, responsibility to my already heavy one. No.
And at the same time, bringing in bad.
All wrong.
Bringing in bad.
All wrong, my guy.
I've been in this situation where I meet someone, and then the attitude, it showed me that this person is a no, because the person came from a bad home. Most of these people we have here in Estonia, I'm sorry to say this, where you're coming from, the place who you are.
Kind of, in a way.
So here, this is Estonia. Like this is we are far away from home. You know, we just can't bring that same mentality. You know, that egoistic attitude. You know, bringing it.
It's not gonna help anyone.
No. I don't want to just be going into detail, you know, but seriously, by experience was.
I know what you mean, bro.
But thank God, you know. Thank God. That's why it's so difficult. When I see my fellow guys working with a white lady, I don't blame them because some of the things our ladies do here, it's so appalling, you know. And at the same time, I keep asking, if we that are here don't date them, who is going to date them? You know, I don't know if this makes sense though. Yeah, it's none of my business though, but at the same time, I kind of feel that, okay, we are here together. It's important for us to either see our sisters or our fellow African ladies and get married to them instead of bringing people from Nigeria. I see so many people doing that. So
yeah, blame us.
I see so many people doing that.
Blame us very well.
So now, what's your take on long-distance relationship? That's long-distance
Now
dating.
is my time to shine.
Long-distance dating, long-distance relationship.
Now this is my expertise. Yeah. I think I will go first in this one. Pardon me, brother. My own experience has been a mix of bittersweet, because in my own situation, I knew what I wanted. I knew the lady I wanted. I knew who I wanted. I knew how I would get what I want, and I was ready and hell-bent on achieving what I wanted to achieve. I feel that's how relationships work. When two stubborn people are ready to stubbornly beat the odds and be together, no matter what happens. It is about their will and their stubbornness to want to be together that makes it work. So I feel in my own situation, long distance for me was my wife right now was in Nigeria at the time I was here, and it wasn't easy communicating, dating at the time, because it would be like, say you are in a relationship, yeah, but you are a single man where you are, and you're dating, and everything is online, the kisses, the whole calls, conversations, everything is just on the phone, and you are here busy killing yourself inside snow, doing food delivery, doing this, doing that. So in a way, it's not easy. But when you have your person that is ready to understand, that is ready to weather the storm with you, that is ready to see things from your perspective, and keep telling you, yeah, we are going to make this work. One way or the other, it's going to work. And especially trust is something else too that needs to be put into the picture here, because if you trust your person, and your person actually trusts you and has enough faith in you, there is very little that would break it. Trust is something that needs to be it's the foundation of the whole thing. So if you trust each other well and you believe in each other's dream, you believe in the future you want to build together, I feel you have very little to worry about. Eventually something will work out. And it did.
That's so funny. So, what's your take on?
Well, for me, I don't have much to say. Is that I know it's difficult for me. I can't do it.
Why?
I can't do it because eventually this thing we call relationship, for me it's always good the person is close by.
Yeah.
You understand? Like few blocks away or in the same country, but few 1,000 miles away, at some point I will give up.
Okay, so I did it. It worked.
Yeah.
Right? If it worked in my situation, then I feel it should be applicable for a lot of people also.
I'm not saying it's not applicable to some people. There are some people who are doing it. You understand? And there are some people who cannot do it. So I fall into the category of people who cannot do it.
Alright.
At some point, I was thinking I can do it, but I find out that I cannot. And it boils down to the same place that maybe the girl you're dating that is in Nigeria or whatever country she may be at that particular point in time can get somebody who is close by. You understand? You know?
So you feel it's not a problem of you, it's a problem of the other person, right?
No, it can happen. It can happen.
It still boils down to trust. It shows that you know.
Yeah, it still boils down to trust. So at some point, you've seen stories where somebody has so much trust, but the person, the B person, let's put it A and B, the guy B and the female B, you know, goes back to Nigeria and see that what they have been planning is not what it is, you know. So it can happen that there's trust on one side and there's no trust on the other side.
It's why I mentioned that two stubborn people.
Who wants to be together?
Two stubborn, headstrong people.
So
no.
So for me, and I just see that it's something that I cannot.
That you cannot do.
Maybe a little bit of maybe fear also, you know. I don't know what can come out of it, you know. So that is also part of it.
I know why I'm laughing.
Why?
I remember a time when my madam, my baby, now, used to
Your
tell
wife.
me, don't cast me. So yeah, when she used to tell me back then on the phone that, Victor, I don't know what I would do if you ever cheat on me. I don't know. I will kill you. If I see you at the airport, I will slap you. I used to tell her, I remember back then, like it might be joke, but it might be a joke, right? But at the back of my mind, I used to think and tell myself that if people could tell us that it was not going to work, the more people were telling me or putting it to my ear that it was not going to work, the more I was telling myself, you are telling, don't worry, I will prove you wrong. It will work.
Very
So
stubborn.
it's like, yeah, that's stubbornness. Like being stubborn can be negative, right? But in this situation, I converted that stubbornness to something positive.
Makes
Like
sense.
I just have to make this one work. I don't care what happens. It has to work. And I know the person I'm with, right? We've known each other for 7 years.
Wow.
We've been dating for 7 years. Now, what else it is that you want me to know that I don't already know? Like I know from
this what he's saying now is what plays a role of having a long distance relationship. Although we're living in life, things can happen. There are people who have known themselves for 10 years, but it didn't work out.
well,
It didn't work out. There's not well.
in a way, right? I would not.
Something might come. You understand?
Yeah.
It didn't work out.
I will not fault that because also if the both parties had a way of being
Are you
open to
enjoying the
each other,
conversation?
if both parties were an open book, all right, and there was basically almost nothing to hide, there are weaknesses will come in. There are stages where either party will get weak, and I feel like
It could get boring.
it could get boring or horrible at some point. But when you remember, you keep reminding each other of the reason why
How
you
far
are
you've come.
in it in the first place. There's a constant reminder
And
that
then I'm
yes,
still telling
you
you,
want
there
to
is a
do
constant reminder, there is a constant how open, even closed or open the book. It didn't work is that it didn't work. Are you forgetting that fact? It didn't work is that it didn't work. There are so many factors that can come in and make it not to work. Along when you're doing your open book and trust and foundation and everything, you now see somebody else, or she now sees somebody else that aligns similar interests, hobbies, adventure, things they like, and long-term
It
plan.
means
And
you've
everything.
lost something valuable.
It's not about, but on the context of what we're saying, but it didn't work between you and the person.
If it didn't work, then it's
Then
their
it
loss.
didn't work.
It's their loss.
That is what I'm saying. But do you agree to that fact?
Yeah.
So what am I saying, man?
Okay, that's good. That's a good one.
So that's a nice one. So how do you think people who are in a long-term relationship, how do they manage their sex drive? Like, how do you think they manage their sex drive?
If you are a big fan of Naira Marley, you will know what the song Soapy does. To a very strong man. Okay, yeah, so don't take me serious, yeah. But at the same time, managing your sex drive depends on a lot of things. Well,
Such as?
I feel that time, everybody is subject to time. And what you spend your time doing matters a lot. Especially when you are in a long distance relationship. If you're in a long distance relationship, you need to get yourself more busy with work. Like during my time, I was working somewhere, I was having my normal 9 to 5, and also after I'm done with 9 to 5, I hit the streets. I do food delivery. I don't have time visiting friends. I don't have any time going anywhere. It's either class, my life was a triangle. House, class, class, work, work, house, house, class. So it's all either, you can't find me anywhere else. Church was not even a good area. I was not even anywhere close to. It's either of those three places you find me. So if you keep yourself very busy, there is a way you can at least manage before you think about pleasure, right? Or you think about you even have time to think about, say, oh, this person, this girl fine, that guy is this one, or this one won't enter my eye. There is peer pressure. I agree. The way you're looking at me, there is peer pressure, right?
Yeah.
Your nature sets in. But I feel if you put more time or you accord more time to something more productive, that would not be the case where your sex drive gets the best of you. Alright? But yeah, the power of Soapy is very important.
Well, I can agree to his point. You understand? Like, if you are busy, you tend to have low sex drive. So, like, for example, I was living in Dubai for like 1 year. Dubai is not a place that you have fun like that. Although there are some people, you go to the city center, they call it Diara, where you have what's it called, massage. They call it massage with happy ending with the Filipinos, or Uganda or Ethiopians and all that. But working in Dubai, I was so busy that even when sex, don't even come to my mind. All I was thinking was a way out, just to leave the country. Because, you don't have, it's kind of your stock. Like in Europe here, you're free. You can wake up one morning and next thing you are in Austria. And next thing you are in Sweden, It's not like that in the Gulf region. Even though you are in Dubai, you need to even get visa to go to, let's say, Bahrain or Oman or Kuwait or something like that. We're kind of stuck. So those are the things that were occupying my mind, you understand? So when this sex drive thing comes up is when you're less free, you're drinking, you're hanging out with guys. See that babe, oh boy, you understand? You're drinking, thoughts come into your head, that you check your Tinder, Bado and see what you can. You go for fishing, and then
Fish of men.
so it gets your sex drive to come up,
So you're saying being busy helps?
Makes it low. You understand?
Yeah.
It gets your mind off it, and family problems. Also.
God.
So those are the way to manage the sex drive. But but from time to time, you try and see how you have your pleasure yourself. depends on, my guy here said soapy, so everybody has their own way. So I go online and see what I can find.
Yes, to you, bro.
So that's it.
I just like your honesty.
Mm.
Nice one, nice one.
It's good that we started with Sophie.
So, I would ask you, what are the factors you need to consider before dating in Estonia?
Factors.
What are the things you need to consider before you date someone in Estonia?
Interesting question. Okay, things that I need to consider is that first of all, Estonian language is difficult. I try to see the person speaks English, at least not good enough, because the person is not a British or from the US.
So you think the language could be a barrier?
Yes, of course. So the language is first thing, at least my people say anya nebuzeri, means your eye captures first before then you now check the profile and see that okay, first language Estonia or Ruski or whatever language the person speaks, and English, then you dive in. So that is the factor you check. Then I check for the age. The more mature they are, the more open-minded they are. Sometimes you get to see the countries they've been to. Sometimes you see the countries they've been to, because if you travel a lot, you tend to have open mind. So those are the factors. So they have seen things to a reasonable extent, so they can communicate with you on a much higher level. So language, age, and exposure and experience. So these are the factors I check. If it's stated
language,
in the
age,
and experience, like a travel experience and all that. So because if they travel, they tend to communicate with you much better, because they've been to so many countries, and they can have a different perspective on how things you guys can discuss and all that. But if it's somebody who is here all the time, but is willing to go on a date with you, your discussions will be limited and different from the person who has been well exposed. So age comes in there, the way they think, what they want, you understand, they are narrow focus. It plays a lot of things, you understand. So somebody who is 18, not 18, 20, they're still talking about Instagram, and all that, they're not talking about long-term goals and all that. They're just doing in the present. But when you move from that age bracket, then there are some things. The psychology of the society kicks in, resets everything, gives you the dynamics you need to work with. So once I check those things, the age, the language, you understand, so we can communicate, not like we put on Google Translate. I translate.
I'm tired of you already.
So
experience.
So like I said, the language, age, and exposure, experience. So those are the factors I check in, then I dive.
What about the time and resources?
Time and resources. Time and resources, it doesn't really matter, because if you guys, let's say, click, time and resources can work out things. If it is a Westerner, time and resources is not a problem.
Yeah.
It's not a problem.
You can meet each other halfway.
You can meet each other. They give you their schedule. Okay, I'm off this day. You check your own. I'm off this day.
Yeah.
You meet up. You understand? When you go to eat and all that, you understand? Some of them pay for their own. Some pay for yours, and some split the bills. Pay yours, I pay mine. If you pay for them, they appreciate it. But I see in their culture, they like to take care of themselves. You see the things that are making things a lot much more easier to go on a date with the Westerners or Estonians. So things are very simple, straightforward.
I like my guy.
Straightforward, not bogus things, going shopping, no those kind of things. Normal basic thing. You start with coffee, if you don't take coffee, you drink hot chocolate. There's always a room for you.
Very cheap.
Very cheap. Why not? You know, you take dessert, you buy cake, you discuss on that. Then you elevate. You eat fried chicken. You know, from that, you know, it's just very simple. So, like I said, these factors, those are the things I check. If it's stated on the profile, maybe if it's online, then I chat you up and have a conversation. But if it's one-on-one, here you need to ask about age also.
It's like I need to learn a lot of things from you.
So back to you, Vito. So what are the things we need to consider before dating in Estonia? What factors?
For me, I feel it's the mindset. Right?
Mindset, okay.
The person's orientation. That plays a very huge part. If there's anything that I've noticed here in Estonia, over time, there is this norm, like social norm, where people see black people as second fiddles. Like it's becoming a norm, especially that now that the elections is very close and the conservative party is becoming more popular. It means that a lot of people see black people as not even human. They feel you've come to rob them off, you've come to take over their resources, you've come to exploit them and all that. So even if the lady you want to be with likes you or has a level of love and trust for you, how about our people? Do you understand? How is it that, because there's still that idea of family accepting you at some point. Because if you want to take it to the next level or you want to get married, at some point family will come into play. Alright, so how is it that it's going to be easy for you to get married to that person? Because I still do have, there's this one that is still very pertinent here in Tallinn, where I know of a brother here that married an Estonian, right? And yet they have two girls. And the lady, the Estonian lady right now, is the child still comes to the father to complain that, oh yeah, when my mom still mentions that I should be using cream that will make my skin fair. Like the more fairer I am or something like that, the more acceptable they will be. So but I sometimes want to understand that they may initially have very good orientation that makes sense, that may make you want to like them, but on the long run, how well do they accept you for who you are, your skin color? It plays a lot of role. It is very important, because it might not really matter. You might be lovey-dovey now,
yeah, and
later on in future it becomes a defining factor that you do not see. You might not see that future becoming a big deal, but later on it might become a very big deal that might break the whole thing in the first place. So let's make this thing clear. Let us settle it. The difficult discussion, the difficult topic about race, all right? Because race is a big deal in Italy. That difficult talk, let's have it now. That's one thing I usually would probably advise anybody to look out for.
This makes sense. It just reminded me of one time I was with someone, an Estonian. I was with this Estonian, and then I had this conversation with her, like, okay, in the nearest future we have kids. Would it be possible for me, as the first son of my parents, to always take my kids home once every year? And she was like, oh yeah, it's fine, you can always do that. And then I had this conversation with my sister, my younger sister, and she was like, boss, let it be signed. She can change in the nearest future. Let it be signed before you do anything serious with her. So yeah, and I thought about it, it made sense, because they could just wake up one morning and switch all of a sudden. So so what is the weirdest moment meeting up with a stranger in Estonia? What has been your weirdest moment?
Mine was very awkward. I think it was a racist stride in my own case. where someone walked up to me and said that they heard that he heard that I do food delivery by the side. I said yes, that I do food delivery. They asked me that yes, that I heard I do food delivery.
Okay.
So I told him yes, that I do food delivery by the side, and it was like, okay, how do I do it? I said, you sign up, you go to Bolt, you sign up, and you just let them know you want to do food delivery. He was asking me, what do I use to do the food delivery? I told him, we're in summer, I use my bicycle for food delivery. And he was like, oh yeah, that's the problem. How does he get a bicycle?
Is
Like,
this person an Estonian?
he's actually a Russian Estonian. So I'm like, you go on Facebook, you buy one, you look for a bicycle, and he said, yeah, that's the problem. I don't want to buy one. You're a black man, it's easy for you to help me steal one.
Now I'm speechless.
I didn't think much about it when he said it initially. But later on, when I was still working.
A male or female?
A guy, a dude. And I was like, you know when they do something, you can't be like say they send message from above. That angel Gabriel used two things. Hit your head. The thing just enter my brain. I said, what? What? I just went to the guy. I'm like, what did you say to me? Like, they didn't come to me initially. Later on, I say, hey babu. Now like this is I was enraged. But then the thing is, if you understand, some of these prejudices and stuff are not naturally inborn. I feel some of these things are taught to them, they learn it. Maybe via their media, politicians are very big factor. Very, very huge. I can imagine a very well-respected politician in this country saying that if it's a black man, show him the door. It's a popular thing. I'm not saying this for anybody to. It's a popular thing for one of the politicians to say, if it's a black man, show him the door. And I'm like, wow. So I pay taxes to you, and yet that's still telling them to show me the door. I have not done. I've not committed any crime. I'm even adding to your economy, and yet. So in a way, feeling accepted boils down to the negatives of dating and everything. Everything is intertwined. But I feel that talent is evolving. It's changing. Estonia is changing. People are beginning to see some things about how well foreigners could add to their economy. They do not stay for long, for the longest. They come, they add to the economy, they make their impact, and they leave at some point. So if they see us as human beings and as a part of themselves, I feel we can have a symbiotic relationship and we can live a very good life. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Globalman, so what can you say to that?
About
The weirdest moment.
because at some point I forgot the question.
So the question remains: what has been your weirdest moment meeting up with a stranger in Estonia?
Wow. Stranger. To be honest, I don't think I have experienced something like that. Honestly.
Even when going on a date, you had these expectations, and then you met the person, and then this is not what you've been seeing on.
Okay. Now you made it very clear. Okay, when I arrived, I entered Bado. I loved Bado.
They should give you the crown king of Bado.
I entered Bado from Dubai. I was like, So I entered Bado. I saw this beautiful looking young lady. Very. But the pictures there are when she was in her 20s.
Oh boy.
25, you know that kind of thing. Then we got talking. She lives in another city called Kotleyava. 2 hours drive from Tallinn.
Whoa.
I jumped the bus.
Ah, God.
I jumped the
This
bus.
was bad.
Then she told me that when they see that I'm going inside the bus, that people will be like, wow, this black man, where are you going? You understand? You know? And that was exactly what happened. So I was in the bus, we're traveling, on getting to the city, at the bus stop there, you know, everybody, you know, final bus stop, that's where the girl said I should stop, that she's gonna come pick me up there. Then we got there, you know, everybody was looking at me like this, like I'm from another, like an alien, you know. Like everybody, you know, and it was a scanty city, you know, like old formal Soviet Union, you know, the houses were, you know, kind of crooked. Everywhere was empty and all that. I was now saying to myself, what have I done to myself? Now waiting. Coming, seeing this girl. She was like a giant. She was drunk. And she was with another drunk guy also, you understand? She was now introducing me to the guy like this is their local gangster boss here, and that one was staggering, you know, like very drunk and all that.
My goodness.
I was like, okay, Jugu, what have you done? So I managed like let me not just turn back immediately. You understand? It will look awkward, but at that point I know it's no for you. So we went. The guy was. What got me you know, like really scared. Like this is like was when we were standing. One guy was talking to them. You understand? So the guy now said we will go for hunting.
What?
With real guns. I said, wow. Then I called my guy. My guy said to me that
This is why
killing somebody is a crime, but eating somebody's meat, he has never seen where they do it as a crime. Then my mind skipped.
you are enough to make a movie.
I'm telling you, I need to go into more, but just I need ginger, you know, something like that. So at that point I said it's a no-go. Then another thing happened. The guy now said that my mind skipped, you know, I now my mind, you can just mere looking at me, you know that I'm scared. Then we bought beer along the road, you know, like a very good beer anyway. I think that picture is on Facebook. I have the beer. So the girl now said we need to go to a place where they have other people drinking. I said, how many people are there? He said like 6 guys. I said, how many women? He said she will be the only lady there. I said, oh yeah. Then when we got there, when the girl was there, you know, like when we got there, the one guy came out from the other, "Привет, hey," you know, they're always loud and everything, you know. Said I will not go here. I was just thinking, you know, I was paranoid. I was thinking so many things in my mind. It was just like a movie, you understand? Like, what if I enter here now? I don't know how to come out, you understand? The law, I don't have the key to the entrance, you understand? Then there I cooked up a story immediately, like, my owner is calling me that they need to throw away my stuff, you understand, and I need to go back to Tallinn now, you get? The girl said, oh, you just got here, I should just wait. I said, let's go to your own place. She said, no, her mom is there, let's chill out here, you know. Then she said, I should give her my owner's, the apartment, the number, so she could talk to her and give her the money. I said, why didn't you give me the money the initial time? I was saying this in my mind anyway. Then I said I need to go. She was now like, I said let me. I started moving. I ran to the bus stop. I jumped the bus. I went back. So that was my weird moment.
Wow.
You know, like, it's not even up to 2 weeks. I got to Estonia. This thing happened.
Boy, fast,
very fast.
You were high.
You was looking for a queen.
Oh, this movie.
Predator turn grey. So
that was very
that
well.
was my you know strangest and weird moment in Estonia. You know,
Wow.
just a few weeks into the country, you know, I'm
Wow.
having this kind of experience. And later the girl called me, said she's coming to Thailand. I said okay,
Squid Game part 2.
I will make out time to see you. And that was the end.
Oh, that's crazy.
So interesting. Okay, so what mentality do you think the Estonians have, you know, about black guys?
For me, the mentality is of different, will I say, category. You know, on the racist part. Let me not call it racist part. You know, like as a black man or African, you understand how their mindset has been programmed in terms of media and what they see on TV, like all sorts of things. You know, and. On the other part in the relationship that we can be more fun, we can be creative, you know,
Caring.
caring, yes, you know, and then in terms of sex also, there's this mindset that of course, I went out with one girl for sushi, you understand. First time she's going out with a black guy, you understand. After much discussion, you know, she just summoned the courage to ask me, how big is it? You know? So...
What was your response? I want to know.
I said you find out soon enough.
What's she able to find out?
She wants to find out, or she wants to have this picture of how big is it, you understand? Because the mindset all along as that we have big
Bola.
you understand?
Bola, use the word.
So I said to her that you find out soon enough, you know. So these are the things some that are adventurous that want to go into the relationship. Those are the things, the mindset they have, you understand. So on our own side, for me, most times if you get to talk with them, you understand, they try to know your eligibility, how you're staying in the country. Are you a student? Are you working? You know, are you trying to get into this relationship to get your document and all those kind of stuff? So
Which is not good.
yeah,
But I've never.
it's not. This is not good.
It's not good.
They have
I've
been
not heard of
programmed
that.
like that.
I've not heard of a situation where you get married to an Estonian and automatically you're a citizen or something.
Because they have their own rules. No, remember there are some refugees in this country.
Yes.
So you can get married to Estonian and then you move from refugee to a legal alien in this country. So those are the things they want to find out. When they will just be dropping the questions, you know, as you guys move along. Are you a student? Are you working? Where are you from? You know, all those kind of things. So they tried and use that to know where to place you.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know? So if you're coming for document or citizenship or whatever, just to get the document, you understand?
Primarily, if it's for document, don't do it.
Then yes, if it's for document, they pull back, you understand? Or they can just have a one night stand or things like that with you, then move on. You know, you call on phone, they don't pick, you send text, they don't
They don't
reply.
even respond to
You see, so these are the mindsets they have that has been programmed. So these are the things they want to find out to explore in dating Africans.
Do you have anything to chip in, Mr. Victor?
Well, this is not my area of expertise per se, but I would say when it comes to whites or let's say Estonians dating black men, I don't know who gave them that idea that we are very good in bed. I don't know who gave them that secret.
Yeah,
But
because
whoever that person is, you will live long. Yes, I live long. Because I don't know, I've been in a situation where I was at the club and this Estonian lady was talking to her elder sister on the phone. And the elder sister was telling her that she heard, I think in their own language, she heard that you're partying with some black people again. And the Estonian lady at the club with us was telling the sister, if one of them handle you in bed, she said it in English, just if one handles you, you will never go back. Just come and try one. Just come
exactly,
and try one.
like they have a saying
And I'm
in
like-
they have a saying in Europe now, like they always say to the white ladies now, yeah, once you go black,
You never go back. Now, I think that is to them. I think that saying might be true for them. Maybe because I'm black, I would never understand. For a lot of them, you get to see them like, and I've seen situations where Estonians are dating this black person, and when you see them outside, and they are probably smooching or having their time in public, you notice that maybe a lot of time they wear their hoodies. They don't want to be seen by everyone, even though they're having fun time with that person. They don't want to be seen by everyone. But when they want to like let go of each other, you see her cover the hoodie again and walk away just slowly. Alright? But when it's their own folks, they just do it openly.
Yeah.
You understand? But I've seen that happen so many times. It's like I'm keeping records, yeah? But it's kind of funny that they have these prejudices, but at the same time, it gets to work. One way or the other, it works. So if they're doing it for whatever reason they are doing it, please, we know we can do very well.
So Lito, tell us, what advice would you give when it comes to dating to those who would be coming to Estonia in the nearest future?
I would advise them to take their time, be patient.
Nice.
Don't rush. It's going to get easier over time. There are more things you need to achieve in a foreign land than just thinking about sex or lusting over anybody. You have a lot ahead of you, and you need to achieve a lot, especially for folks that came here with Owonu Owalata, that took loans or did this, did that to get here, and you need to get focused on a lot of things. So focus first, don't lose focus. That's important. So please, that would be my advice. But also, when you feel you're ready,
as ready to date,
when you're ready to date, just do it with the purest of heart, with the best intentions you can have. Go into dating knowing fully well that you are ready to love wholeheartedly, because it might sound funny, but it's true. You never can tell if you're dating that Estonian would mean you are representing the whole continent. This also means that you are representing the whole continent.
you know what?
You know what I mean? So yeah, basically just do it with your whole heart. Be yourself. Let them accept you for who you are, and just be original.
Nice one, nice one. So, Bossman.
My advice, for people coming to Estonia or maybe in Western world, for the first time, like my brother here said, just take your time. But one advice I can say is, once you get together, say what you want or need in the relationship.
Be open-minded.
Upfront. It helps a lot. I want to be friends with benefits.
Makes sense.
If the person likes it, you know there and then. If the person does not want it, you move on to the next person. The person will still be looking for, similar interests, you understand? So communication, saying not, I was thinking, I'm imagining, I was expecting, I was assuming. These words, these things cannot take you anywhere. So say what you want upfront, communicate, dialogue, you understand? As much as possible. Just say it upfront, you understand? It will help a lot of things, not avoid a lot of problems in the future, you understand? So, but if you don't say it, then you're building foundations for problems in the relationship. Everybody started nagging each other, complaining. I was thinking, all those kind of things. So say what you need upfront, you understand, direct. That when I mean direct, so the person can understand it and interpret it and process it and give you the answer immediately or whatever they can. So that is my own advice. Then like I said before, patience, you understand? Find what you want, then communicate. Say what you need upfront.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Mr.
you.
Victor.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure having you here today, regardless of your busy schedule.
We're here for each other.
Yeah, the boss man himself.
My brother,
Thank
what
you so
can we
much.
do now?
Thank you so much.
Yeah, well, thank you so much also for having us and, you know, bringing topics like this, you understand? It can, you know, shape people's way of thinking, you understand? Even let them drop their comments or suggestions down below so we can see, learn more from
we
this
don't
kind
know
of,
it all.
yeah, we don't know it all, you know. We can be talking on one narrative, me on one narrative, while another person bringing on one narrative and perspective also. So this can be seen in the comments, you understand? What about like this? Why do you say like this? Of course, everybody have different way of thinking, you understand?
And we've done the due
so for us here, these are what we're experiencing. So my experience can be different from A and B, you understand? So for me, basically everything I said here was my own experience.
That is why it's your own perspective.
Exactly. So I really thank you for the, you know, the kind of ideas of discussions you're bringing, you understand, bringing people on board to discuss about it. It's thumbs up to you, bro.
Thank you very much. And if you think you like what we did here, wait for when the ladies do their own background. You will laugh.
So guys, we have come to the end of today's episode, and thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure you watch this video, share this video, like, put a comment on the comment section, and you know, they talked about so many things. For me, I would advise that when you consider dating in Estonia, regardless of who the person is, make sure you're patient, make sure you're comfortable, make sure you respect yourself first of all, and also respect the other person, the other partner, your partner. So I believe that with all this in hand, you're sure to start dating in Estonia, and I wish you all the best of luck. See you on another episode. Thank you so much, guys.
Peace out.
Peace out.